wonderful week. You caught me in the middle of just mixing up some glue and water and making glue bubbles. So if you're tuning in, that's all I'm doing. I'm just mixing up some Aleene's Tacky Glue and water. That's all this is. And that's just because that's where I want to start with. I need something that I can stir with. I guess the back of a paintbrush will work. We'll just stir this up. I hope the image isn't as hazy as it looks for me. Let me just see in another window what it looks like. Okay, no, that looks much better. I don't know why it looks strange in that window. Okay, so all I've done is really diluted and kind of made like a thin glue amount. I got some new spray bottles, so I have a nice big spray bottle of water that I can use, and I can just dilute it just a little bit more. There we go. That should do the trick. And I always have glue and water in this container. I had run out, so it's all good. I'm just wiping it off on this brush because I'm going to use this brush to dip it into the paint or into the glue. And then I'm just going to paint the glue onto this page of brown paper artsy paint. And I want to make sure that I'm getting glue everywhere. But I can only go in one direction, or like I can go up and down, but I can't go sideways. So that's why I have to keep the brush fairly wet, because otherwise it won't work. Oh. And right here at the bottom and right here on the edge. There. And I will explain to you in a little bit what I'm trying to do. Okay. Okay, so I have that. I'm going to put that straight into water, and I'm going to close this up because this will be lasting me for quite a while. That's a lot of glue and water. So I'll just put that aside. Now I am going to go over top with either a Chantilly or a vintage lace, and I think I want to use the Chantilly. And I have my cowl here. And I'm just going to make sure that that is actually gone from there. It seals the paint really nice, but it's also annoying when you're trying to use it right away and you can't. You know what? I am going to use the top of my glue and water to put the paint onto. And I'm putting quite a bit. Probably more than what I really need, but that's okay. Okay. So now I am just going to take this paint. I'm going to paint right over top of the glue. I may need to water that down a little bit too. And it's already doing what I was hoping it would do. So for once, I have a project that might work. So hello everyone. You are catching me right in the middle of already starting a project, because this has to dry on its own, and that might take a moment because there's a bit of water involved in here. So my name is Mary Lou, and this is Create Junk Journals with Mary Lou. And if you saw my post, I was late figuring out what I was going to do this week. Having some trying to figure out where I want everything to go. So that's, but I think I've decided it, and I was struggling with my nature journal, so I'm pivoting away from the nature journal for maybe permanent. Um, and I'm going to just work on creating some beautiful, or hopefully beautiful, um, junk journal spreads. I decided that I should be doing what I like doing the most, and that is definitely the one thing that I love doing. So, okay, I'm just going to go over this so that there's not huge paint streaks, and it's okay for the brown paint to shine through. There we go. And I'm just throwing the paintbrush back in the water, and I have beads in my water, so that's what you're hearing. Okay. All right. So this just needs to dry, and I'm going to put it aside for a bit so I don't have to sit here and watch it dry. Okay. Um, I don't want to waste that paint, so let me grab this. And I'll just do a little painting in here just to get rid of the paint. Whoops. My light is hanging really low. Oh, there we go. That's much better. So I don't know where I want to start. Most people would start at the beginning. I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. And I can, because I kind of want to cover this up. But I prefer to cover it up with something else. So I'm just going to go to the further parts of this journal, or this album that I'm turning into a journal, and I'll just get rid of the paint. Do I have an ugly page? There we go. And let me just use this big brush that I used for glue. And it is super wet. There we go. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just quickly brush the paint on here. I don't really care if it's a nice cover or anything like that. I will be covering it with other stuff later on too, but at least it has a coat of paint now. I have no idea how this paper is going to react to the paint, but that's okay. And the bonus with paper artsy paint is that it dries super fast. So, and I have much more here, and I just don't want to waste it. That's really what I'm doing right now. Trying to not waste my paper. Or my paint, I mean. What else do I have that I can... I'm just waving it. Hello. Just dry. I'll put my heat gun on it for a second. And to me, the messier it looks, the better it is. I like that. I'm all good with that for the base layer. I don't need it to look all neat and tidy. But I want to be able to close the pages up without them sticking together from the paint. Okay, that's good enough. And I'll go to a page here. I'll just go right here, and this is the one that I'll be working on today. So I'm just going to, again, just quickly put a layer of this paint and water on here. And the paper has all the little slits in it. So what happens is that I am pushing paint through the slits too, so it's going everywhere. So if you're here and you're watching me do this, say hi, join me, let me know what you're working on. I am going to hopefully create a spread in this journal by using my Ballerina Dreams paper doll, because I haven't really used her yet. So I wanted to see what I could do with that, and I'm just in that kind of a bit of a girly mode, where I want to make something pretty. And then how much fun is it to just work with a paper doll, right? They're here, I have them, I may as well use them. Okay. So this can dry for a moment. Let's see where my first part is. So it's still pretty wet, but you can see that it is doing what I wanted it to do, and that is for the paint to start crackling. And it is definitely working. You can see it right here. Um, you see it right here. It is doing it. So I'm just going to put it aside until it's completely dry. And this also needs to dry, so I'm also putting this aside. It won't take very long. Oh. Okay, so look at my beautiful Rusty cover. I forgot that I was playing with Rust the other day. I may want to clean that up before I use my paper doll on here. Because if I start gluing my paper doll on here, then she's going to be rusty. If I can get it off. I am using the, I've been practicing with the rusting powder from Paper Artsy. And it rusts. It does a great job. It's not so easy to get it off things because it is absolutely for real rust. It is not just rust water. This turns into real rust because what it is iron. It's really fine iron powder. So as soon as you're starting to spray that and you're letting it oxidize, then it turns into rust. You know, that's just what happens. It's supposed to, and it's just doing what it is supposed to. So I'm not complaining. I just need to learn that I need to put something underneath it when I'm doing that. Okay, I think I've got most of it gone now. I was trying to see if I could see my scraper, but yeah, no such luck. Some days I'm super lucky and I can find everything I am looking for. And the next day, nothing. Okay. That is going, that's going. I am going to take something and put it down here to cover this up so I'm not going to make a giant mess of my paper doll before I've even done anything with her. So, did you guys see Louisa Heinzel the other day? And she was showing the schnitzel method of when you are using embossing powder. Well, I'm also going to use one of these liners so that I can put my paper doll on it and I can play with it right there. Okay, I have another couple of pieces that I did. Okay, all my pieces are cut for the most part. And let me show you what the ballerina paper doll is. Do I have all the pieces here? I do. Okay. So this is what I'm going to be working with today. I am working with the paper doll Ballerina Dreams. And I think she is just gorgeous. I started with a real image and turned that real image into a beautiful ballerina paper doll. And so she's got her practice outfits and her little vest and a little skirt, all the slippers that she needs. And I know that the toe shoes look funny, but what I did was I cut out the fronts of her feet already so that when you lay them on the feet, then they show through. Two kinds of leg warmers, and then I added a bunch of tutus. So we've got the black swan and the white swan. I believe this is Cinderella. And that one, I think I just thought that one was really pretty to use. Another practice outfit, and then a Giselle outfit as well. And then there's the studio. So this is what is all part of the Ballerina Dreams paper doll. So that is what I'm using. I have some tulle that I've already ruffled up on the machine. I did that during Mass Make March. I have some images that I have had for, well, they're vintage. Can we just say that? They're very old, but they are ballet images. And I want to put these on there, in there somewhere. The other thing I found was ballet slippers. And I have a beautiful set of toe shoes that are nice and worn and grungy. And I think they are just lovely, lovely. And I found a bar. So there we go. The other thing that I want, and it's of course on the other side of the room, so I will be right back. I thought I had everything. The other thing I want to use is aluminum tape. And I want to use the aluminum tape to give the illusion of a mirror. So I have all that. This, I am trying to get it to be planks that can go on the wall. So I do think that it is working, but it is still pretty saturated and wet. So it's going to take a little while to dry. It's getting there, but it is still way too wet to be able to work with it. So I'm going to put a little bit of stuff aside because I don't need it yet, because I can't, as long as I can't put the planks down, I can't work on the page. So in the meantime, I'm going to work on the doll itself. And I got new scissors. So Sherry Berry, if you are watching, I got myself a pair of these Spring Assist scissors by Fiskars. And I want to see if this is going to help my thumb, because when I'm fussy cutting, and I do the paper dolls, right? So my thumb right here is always sore from the scissors, because you put your hand in the scissors and I have a heavy grip. So then I am pushing on those scissors and they just dig into my thumb and then it hurts. So I'm hoping this is going to help me. And the big decision right now is, which one do I want to build? I know I'm going to want, I don't need the leg warmers. Oh, I should have printed her, have her twice. I have two of them. I do. Oh, where's the other one now? Or did I not print her off on heavy paper? I did not. I just printed her on the lighter paper. Oh well. I thought, oh yeah, that would be fantastic. I'll just make two. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put this underneath. I don't have to. I can also put just the tutu on her. Right. Let's put it in the place where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go right there. Right there. And but then I can't put the leg warmers or anything on there. And then I need the point shoes. So then I need to cut the centers out. If I am using Giselle, then Giselle has already got the worn, I don't know if you can see that, but I made the leggings or the stockings worn, and same with the toe shoes, with the point shoes. They are worn. I want it to have the contrast between the pretty tulle skirt and the pretty tutu and then the worn bottom. I thought that was really cool. And I may just go with this one or not. I don't know. I'm struggling. The other thing I love is the black swan, of course. How beautiful is that? Let's do the black swan. Let's do it. And she is just practicing, so we can always put the little thing on her if we want to. And while we're sitting here, and I am just like, well, I really want to do the other one as well. So I'm just going to print another one off. While I'm here, I may as well, so I can do two. I just need to load it with the right paper. And I don't want portrait. I want it to be landscape. There we go. There. So then I can do two. So I want Giselle for sure. I had decided on that one. So let's test out these new scissors. Oh, I do think I like these. So yeah, and I got the Fiskar ones because I believe they're identical to the Tonic Studios ones. And they're a lot cheaper than the Tonic Studio ones. So far, I like these. They're wonderful. Okay. So the other thing you can do is you could put this one on and then put a tutu over top, and then you get the pretty stockings, because these stockings are clean. These are not, but the toe shoes I have kept worn, and let's zoom you in. I've kept the toe shoes worn and scuffed and dirty. I just thought that would be cool. All right. Let's do a little inking, and I am going to use antique linen to ink around them because I want them to be grungy, but I don't want them to be overly grungy. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of that. And the antique linen will give it just a little hint, but not like a vintage photo or anything like that. I'll just give it more of a gold tone. So the other cool thing would be like if you print two of the dolls out and then you make a black swan and a white swan. You can do that too. That's not what I want to do though. I want to have one ready for the ballet, ready for the dance, and one that is practicing. I've done a terrible job cutting yesterday. I was cutting everything out yesterday and messy. My bestie is sending me messages. She doesn't know that I am not available on Friday evenings. She should know that by now. Okay, much better. So what I'm trying to really start creating some different dolls. And so you've seen, maybe you've seen the preview that I did in my group, Mary Lou's Creative Circle on Facebook. I gave a little sneak peek for tomorrow, and there may or may not be a brand new paper doll. You'll have to watch and find out. And then I've also published a couple of other ones this week. So yeah, I've been busy. Not that I am ever bored, but yeah. And I believe that Scrap Brat, I don't think she's here today, but Scrap Brat has also told me that she's going to do something with some of the paper dolls this upcoming week. So yeah, it's paper doll fun. Glue. So I'm going to put a strip of glue, or a bead of glue, from the leg all the way to the top, because I know that that's where I'm going to need the glue. Just like that. And then each leg is going to get glue. The arms and the little straps. Now I'm using photo paper. So it is very unforgiving for where you're putting the clothes, because as soon as you've put them down, they're stuck. That's it. So I'm going to have to do a little adjusting here with the shoulder straps. Now you can fold them over like that, and I think that is going to look the nicest. And then the arms can come to the front. There we go. That was super fast doll, because the whole outfit was already laying there ready. So yeah, I'll just cut this. Let's have a chat. If you're here and you're watching, Nancy, are you here today? I know you were here last week and you didn't, and you were busy working on your own thing, which is wonderful. But if you are here, hi, Nancy. So let's test out these brand new scissors. I just want to see if they are going to cut as nicely everywhere as what my little Fiskar scissors, my little purple ones do. Oh, I think Nancy is here. I keep looking at my paper beside me to see if it is dry already. We're getting there. I may have to put the heat gun on it for a while because it's really humid here. It's been raining, raining, raining. Hi, Nancy. I knew you would be here, so figured I would just do a little shout out to you. I think I can get into the fingers with these, which I haven't been that brave to try that with the Fiskar ones because of my heavy cutting. But yeah, I can get right in here with these and cut right around the fingers. That's beautiful. And I believe it was Sherry Berry who mentioned Louisa Heinzel's video last week about fussy cutting. So everything is happening at the same time. I'm going to cut all these little strands of hair off because, meh, they don't need to be there. I'm not going to cut around every curl. Could you imagine? Oh my goodness, you'd be here like all night. I'm very happy with my brand new scissors. Yay! Scissors are so difficult to figure out which ones feel good in your hand. It's not like you can walk into the store and go, hey, can I test these? So when you buy a new pair of scissors, they're not cheap. So then you're hoping that they fit well in your hand. Okay, come on. There we go. I might actually like fussy cutting if I get this to work. Because I've always liked fussy cutting, but then it started hurting my thumb because I was doing too much of it. So then I stopped wanting to do it. But there's no way around it with the paper dolls. They're always needing. Oh, I just cut a bunch of her toes off. Whoops. Don't do that. Okay, there we go. So now I'm just going to cut right in here in between the feet. And I'm just going to cut the inside of the legs part. Oops. Don't worry, I wasn't cutting into her leg, I was cutting into the white part. Okay. Just want to cut some of this dark stuff off here because I don't like it. Not that I have to because I'm covering it all up, but you know, I don't like it when it's there. So I think I want to do this one. Do I want to do this one or do I want to do a black one? I'm going to do the black one. I am still going to do the white linen, or the white linen, the antique linen here. So I don't know if I mentioned, but I print the paper dolls on heavy photo paper, and I'm using matte photo paper. Well, thanks, Nancy. Yeah, it's like it's not neat and tidy. It's just hair. It's there. It's real. It's more real than some of the other ones that you see. And the funny thing is that in the I don't know if that's just algorithm that is hitting me or if people are starting to copy. But I am seeing a lot of paper dolls popping up. Some are actually following my themes. It is what it is. I can't stop people from copying. You know what? I don't think this fits. Why doesn't this fit? Let me see if this one does. This one does. How weird. Okay. If you guys have purchased, if you're watching and you have purchased the Ballerina Dreams paper doll, I will fix that. I will make sure that everything fits. So I will find everyone who has purchased one and I'll send you a notification that there is a new one. And I just need to fix that black outfit. I'm so sorry about that. That's like, how many have I done now? That's the first one where I'm like, hey, this doesn't fit. And it fit when I tried it the first time. Why doesn't it fit now? So I don't know if that is something in how I printed it or what I did, but I'm going to have to check that out. Apparently I'm just gluing this on and then I'll ink around her. So I think next week I may do something with Marie Antoinette. And then I think I want to create a couple more of these different themes. So If you have any special requests for themes, Nancy, let me know. Definitely open to doing that. So if you're building this and you're wondering why the feet don't line up, because the feet don't line up, that is actually because they are the toe shoes. And so I've done that on purpose. I just did that on purpose, that I didn't want I wanted the toe shoes to really be a little bigger. Okay, there we go. So she's got that. Then we're going to put her black top on. And I need to cut out the little strings. So I left those for last so that I wouldn't accidentally snip them off while I was transporting or anything like that. And then what else do I have? I have other things planned already. I have a pretty big birthday month for me. Kind of fun thing that I am planning. And it's all her paper doll stuff as well, of course. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, for goodness sake. Why? Why does it want to be like this? There it goes. It does fit. I was like, no way. This doesn't fit either. Yes, it does. Yes, yes, it does. You just need to lay it in the right spot. Oops. Because ballet things are all fitted, right? So if you're not getting it in exactly the right spot, it immediately looks like it doesn't fit, but it does. It does, it does. Let's get her hair inked. And her hands. I believe that's all that needs to be inked. And then let's find her little skirt that I can't find. Huh. Well, then we'll cut a new one. Good thing I printed off the second doll. Let's see, is this the same size then? No, see? See? I'm just going to show you guys. Look, see? I put it over top, and there is like an extra about half an inch on there. So it depends on what your paper is like, because everything lines up except for the feet. So no, it's not going to be a birthday doll. Well, there might be a birthday doll because of course I'll have the Saturday, the regular Saturday dolls as well. But I'm actually planning something bigger than just a birthday doll. When is your birthday, Nancy? am so messy. I got glue all over her legs. Just rubbing it off. Let's get this in there. And by putting the glue over her legs today, happy birthday, Nancy! Well, I hope you had a great big piece of cake today and that, um, you know, someone spoiled you. And I can't believe that you're here spending your birthday with me. I feel honored. And I'm just cutting these little strips off. There we go. There. Let's see, how is my paper coming along? It's coming along. It did really well right here. And right here, it's just kind of going, yeah, whatever you want. Or I'm not playing along. Let's see what happens if I kind of go like this. Do you think that will help? I don't mind it. Like, it looks okay. But I was really hoping that it would all be like that. That's what I wanted. And it feels really weird now. Like, I don't know. It still feels like it's wet. Okay. Right. I wanted leg warmers. Do I want the gray ones? What do you say, Nancy? Your pick. Do you want the gray ones or the cream ones? I think I like the gray ones. Well, I'm so happy that you got spoiled. So I don't want to let too much. I don't want to give away too much of what I'm planning, but I think you'll like it, or I hope you'll like it. It's I'm working on it, and it is started out as a little project, is now turned into a kind of a 24-day project. So it'll be so, like, I will have so much fun with it. So I'm thinking that you guys will have fun with it too. This one goes here. So I just want to make sure. Yeah, I checked with Scrap Rat yesterday, and I was like, "This is what I have in mind. What do you think?" Because I do have to bounce it off of someone, right? And she goes, "Yeah, I think that's a great idea." So I think I may have, yeah, maybe doing something fun. Is that? It was this one. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put this on, and then I'll put a different pair of toe shoes on her. So that way I can get it to sit where I want it to sit. Because just because I want something somewhere doesn't mean that that is going to work. So then I'm just going to make it work. And if I just grab some gray distress ink, I'm just grabbing archival distress ink, it's okay. And then just, problem solved. So then I just color the side of right here. I'm just coloring that a little darker, and then it doesn't show that I made a boo-boo. And you can use crayons or pencils or markers or whatever you want to use if you want to color that. You can even use Sharpie to do that. Oh, this one just took me back to my childhood building this, or to my teenage years. I wasn't like a ballerina, I was in jazz, but yeah, I always had all the outfits and all the thing stuff. Never the neon though. Yeah, neon wasn't a real big thing in Europe. We were colorful, but not neon. Whoops. Slid it all over the place. Should not do it like that with ink, but it worked. Ta-da! So I have one ready to get on stage, one not quite. She is ready to do some practicing. I don't think I need to put the other toe shoes over top. I can. Where are they? So I can just lay them over top. But I don't think that is going to look right. So I am just going to put it like this. Take all these pieces away. Okay, let's see. If I put the heat gun on here, is that going to help this? Because now I'm at the spot where I need to start using this. I'm just going to try that for a second. this is as good as it's going to get. So that's not bad. I am okay with that. Where's my paper cutter? Okay. So now I'm going to cut this into strips. And I think I want to cut it into, I'm going to go from this way so I can see what I'm doing. I am going to cut them into 1.5 inch strips. I won't need very many. I don't need this whole 12 by 12 sheet. But I'll just cut 4 of these strips. That'll do. And then I'm grabbing my album again. And I want to kind of create a wall. So what I want to do is just haphazardly cut these pieces here and there. If I cut the first one and then the rest, I can just line up so you know for sure that it's not going to match. And I do want to ink around them too. So take the scorched timber, and I know I have a scorched timber inker thingy-majiggy. I do. That's not it. That's the one. Oh, that's the one. So I'm just going to ink around this and make it kind of like paneling on the wall. That's my goal. And the only way that I can get this done is I have to glue it first. I have to glue the first one down and then I can match the other ones up. And that is also going to reinforce all these pages, or this page, because it is a very old antique album, and the pages they're not brittle, but I don't think they're super strong either. So I'm just going to line this up. I need about that much off. So I'm just cutting a strip off, and I got some ink on there, which is fine. I don't mind. It is allowed to be yucky, grungy. Why is this wet again? Is there water laying here somewhere? Or is this just not dry yet? I don't know. It's a bit of a struggle right now. I don't know why this is still wet. It shouldn't be. I am going to zoom you out so you can actually see what I'm doing. How's that? Sherry. I did get the scissors, Sherry. Yes, I went and got the Fiskars ones, and I explained that I did not see the need to buy the expensive tonic ones when Fiskars makes the exact same thing. I do like them. I'm just reading your message. You're watching me live on your TV, which is great. I will try to stay in focus so you can see what I'm doing. Um, I hope you're okay. You had a procedure done and you're on R&R, and I hope you're okay. I wish you all the betterness. Um, but yes, come and spend the evening with us, with me and Nancy. We'll keep you company for a while. So then where's my first piece that I cut off? So I'm taking the first piece that I had cut off of the first strip, and I'm just inking around that again, and I think I like how that is starting to look. And I get it, Sherry. I know you can't text on TV. I am the same way. I always watch YouTube on TV. So I never ever ever leave comments. I try to leave the likes and like everything, but I can't comment ever on what I see. So then I have to go to my phone and then log in and do all that. So yeah, I know where you're coming from. It's all good. So I'm trying to get this to look like paneling or like an old floor or something like that. I may use my sanding disc after to just scuff it up a little bit. Does this one fit? I can do it with this one. Yeah, that's. And those are good friends, by the way, the ones that are checking on you and making sure that you're okay. So I've definitely figured out the whole black outfit thing. If you guys are looking, like I printed these off on different paper. They're I printed these yesterday and these today off of the same file. Look, they're two totally different sizes. So everything does fit. It's me. It's me, myself, and I making a mess of what I was doing. So I should have done everything the same. But it depends on whether I am printing off of the. I know what I did. I printed one off the phone and one off the computer. That's what I did, thinking it wouldn't matter. So as long as you're consistent in printing the same thing twice, it'll fit. I like that. You know what it looks like? It doesn't look like paneling on the wall. It looks like the floor of a ballet studio, doesn't it? So I have a little piece here, and I'm just going to put that right there. And you guys, I'm going to have to go grab a drink. I got home and I thought I was good, and now I'm talking and I am realizing that I'm getting really dry. So I'm going to have to go grab something to drink. I apologize. I am usually way more prepared and I have 5 drinks around me, but not today. Okay. My apologies for that. That is very annoying when that happens in the middle of a video, but can't die of thirst either. Okay. The next one is going to be a long one. So I'm going to cut it right there. And Sherry, you're going to have to try these. These are really, really nice. And I think they lock too. Yeah, they do. Okay. So one side I want to do paneling, and the other side I want to use the mirror. And I'm going to create that by using aluminum tape. Aluminum tape. I do need this to be straight and fit. There we go. It's kind of like when you're when you're working on a floor, the pieces don't always fit. Glue. I was thinking today that I should have gotten more glue. Did I do that? No. Was I at Michael's? Yeah, because I was picking up my scissors. Did I get glue? No. I just ran in because I ordered it online. Ran in, grabbed my order, ran back out. So. Do I have any other? I think I used all my pieces up now. I may have to cut some more because I do want this whole page covered. So I'm going to cut right here. And I should have been smart and I should keep these for that end because they have the perforated edge. Okay, let's just cut a couple more pieces. 1.5 inch. I really didn't think I was going to need that many, but apparently I do. Unless I put them somewhere and I don't see them anymore. I know for sure I had cut more. I had 4. Yeah, that's what I've used. Didn't I? No. This is so weird. I swear I have more. Oh. I'm not going to waste my time searching for that either. Where do I want it? Right there then. So all I did was I painted a sheet of mixed media paper with brown mud splat, paper artsy paint, and then I made a solution of glue and water, and I painted that over top of the paint, and then I went over top of the glue while the glue was still wet. I went over it with the Chantilly paint, and then it when the glue started to dry with the paint, it kind of like turned into these streaks, and I think it is beautiful. Even though it is not what I had in mind, it is still beautiful. It was a project that I've been wanting to try, and I didn't know I didn't know where I was going to use that. But this is perfect. Even though it's taking a lot of time to cover this whole thing with the slats. I don't want to, and I'm just using different pieces of the paper so that nothing is matchy against each other. Ow! Stuck my finger in between the scissors. So I have a crazy busy weekend. I don't know about you guys. Normally, my weekends are pretty mellow. I am not doing a whole lot. Someone asked me, "So, how was your weekend?" Well, it was a weekend. I didn't have to go to work. I just did some crafting and some stuff. But tomorrow I'm in a golf tournament, so I'll be gone all day. And then Sunday I am going to my daughter's to celebrate my grandson's birthday. So yeah, I am busy this weekend. I've got everything pre-recorded for this week already. I have to plan ahead to be able to have a busy weekend, which sounds absolutely terrible, but that's the way it is. I really like how this looks, and it looks great on the screen too. I can see it. Like I have it. I am always checking. I always have my laptop beside me to see what's going on, so I can see what is happening. Let's see this one. Let's cut just a small piece off of it. I'm almost at the end. Almost there. I think this one and then one more, and that's it. So I think I may want to make a few of these papers so that if I ever come up with this idea again, then I don't have to paint the papers first. They're already sitting in my stash. There, then I'll take that one. And then I just need a teeny tiny little piece right here. That actually works. Oh, wrong one. It looks beautiful. It looks like this old worn wall or floor or whatever you want to think it is. For me, it's a wall. For you, it might be a floor. I don't know. So yeah, I pivoted away from my nature journal. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with it. And I kept changing my mind. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do something completely different with this album. And that's why I am now turning it into some spreads. So there'll be some paper dolls, there'll be some other things. I'm just going to try and make this into something pretty and fun. It's not straight. Let's just make it straight. I don't know. I didn't cut them completely even. There. Let's take a little piece off of this one. So just a little piece. There. And you know what, Sherry? Like as soon as you said to me, like I saw this video, I knew exactly who you were talking about because I'd watched the exact same video and I was thinking of you. So yeah, I found it. I had seen it. Um, it was Louisa, and she is dangerous for me at the best of times. So let's see. Now I have the perforated one. So I just need to cut a little strip off of there because it is just a little bit too wide. I'm going to go to 1 1/4 first. Come on, get in there. One and a quarter, and this one 1 1/4 as well. There we go. And we'll see if I need another piece. Let's see. Oh yeah, that fits like a charm. That one, I may need to cut a little bit off there. I'm not going to grab that whole thing again, so I'm just going to cut it right here. Will that fit? Nope, still need a little bit more. It does, it's really nice that you don't have to open and close them. Like it's just working, it's just doing some things for itself. That works. And that piece I can cut down a little bit too. Okay, ink. And the first part is done. And I have no idea if it is going to work with the aluminum tape. None. I have not tried this. I just came up with the idea while I was driving home today that that's what I was going to do. So, yeah. Not tested it, but I think it should work. Just need a little extra love to go into place. That piece is not supposed to go there because that matches this. Let's use this piece. There. And then how much do I need to cut off of it? I think I want it on this side. Not that much. About that much. And it does fit. Right there. Ha! Ha ha. Yes, I am using the aluminum tape for a mirror effect. I thought that would be such a cool idea. I thought that was like something different. I usually use the aluminum foil for metal effect. But then I was like, oh, but I want to have something that will make it look like a mirror. And so I was thinking, what do I have that will mimic that? I really like how this looks. It looks so cool. Oops, it does need to stay down. I just need to find a sanding disc. And then maybe I can sand into it a little bit. Not a lot. I don't want to do a lot, but I do want to rough it up a bit. And again, I'm just going up and down. I'm not wanting to go against the groove. I'm going with the groove. So that I'm taking a little bit of the shine away from here. Whoops! Ow! Did I just break my nail? No. There we go. I like it. So now I want to I'll probably take some of these strips and turn it into a mirror together. Because I don't want to turn the whole page into a mirror. I just want like a little bit of a mirror effect. What did I do here? Oh, that's my ink. I can tell you exactly what happened. I re-inked my thing and did a little bit much, so now I have ink everywhere here. Let me grab my inker right here. Just it's all good. I'll just wipe it up. There we go. So like I can put this straight on here, but because it is aluminum tape, if I do anything on the other side, then it is going to go through the tape. So that's why I'm thinking that I need to put it onto these strips so that it has something heavier behind it and it won't be warping or anything like that. So I'm just taking some of this there. anything else that I can use for that. I can just, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a index card because I just don't want to waste those strips of wood. It would be too lightweight. No, it's not that it would be too lightweight. It would like you would mark onto this side of the foil if you're doing that. So okay. Didn't go into place where I wanted it. Of course not. So that worked. Now I have, it's okay. I always use all my pieces of foil on other projects, so it's all good. I know exactly what I'm going to do right now, so I've just figured it out. But I will cut just a strip off of this side. And I'll just line this up exactly right there. I don't know if you guys see what I'm doing, but I'm struggling here for a moment. Not on purpose, but kind of everything is sticking to me. Okay, there we go. So I'll just have to cut a little piece off the edge here. Just to make it straight. And I know that my line right here is not straight, but yeah, it just isn't. So I want to do, if I do 2 or 3 like that. What do I have here? Okay, if I put 2 or 3. I think I want to use 3. I do. Let's see. So I'm just going to cut a couple of these strips so that I don't have to cut anymore. I can just put them all together. And they're all the right size. So, haha. And I think I have to go. Oh, I'm on the last bit. Ugh. have to go and get some more. Thankfully, we have it at work, so I can just get it right there. I do have to pay for it, but yes, I can get it right at work. Okay, I tried to go straight this time. Close. Not quite, but close. And I'm just reinforcing this by just folding the tape back. So I'm not cutting the tape off. And that also gives a really pretty edge. Now, if I was really being careful, I would have the line going right in the center, but I'm not that careful. I'm just not. It stuck to my fingers. There. Oop. Here we go. And this stuff's sticky. Super sticky. So I'm just using my sleeve to go over it, and then I get it to sit as smooth as it is gonna go. Let's see. That is usable. That's garbage. That's garbage. I put a garbage can on my desk. Do you think that I'm throwing stuff into the garbage can? Heck no. I'm throwing it right around me. Because why would I put it in the garbage can? That would make sense. That would make total sense. But no, that's not what I'm doing. I am just keeping it all right here where it's just in my way. Sorry, that was my little rant at myself. Okay, let's see if I can get it in the center this time. Nope. God, no. I didn't even get it on the right card. Oh, well. Oh. Oh, well. They're still the same size. That's not the problem. The problem is that I wanted to use the white cards, not the lined ones. Smooth it all out. And I have one last strip. Garbage can. I have to tell myself, jeez, I think someone sitting beside me telling me, garbage can, garbage can. Especially this one. Okay, I didn't get this one in place at all. Oh well. Let's put something else over top of it. It is okay. that way, it goes that way. Oops. I'm trying to just get all these wrinkles to come out of it. And you can. It just takes a little bit of rubbing to get that to be sitting properly. Okay, so now I just want to make a wall of mirror. I kind of want to have it look like I have a wall of mirrors. So I can go like this. I want a little bit of dark on the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, this is Distress Archival ink. And I'm just going to rub it around the edges because I do want to not have it look so shiny. And I'll just rub that, oh, come on. I'll just rub that out. So thankfully when you're using the archival ink on top of something medley, it stays wet for a little bit longer so you can mess with it a bit. And I'm using my little ink pad straight on the aluminum tape. You can also use some alcohol ink, or if you have alcohol markers, if you have Copic markers or something like that, that will work as well. And then I'm just grabbing my little blending tool. I'm just going around and just kind of blending that out so that the edges are not so white, not so silvery. And it's pretty heavy duty now. Like it's pretty solid. There's lots of different things that you can do with aluminum tape. I love working with aluminum tape. One of my favorite supplies. Okay, this can go away. This can go away. Don't need any more. So now I'm just going to stick these down to the page. Just putting lots of glue, but especially like in the center where there is no aluminum tape, I'm putting a little bit of extra glue so that it will hold it there, and then the aluminum tape will stick down, but it'll take a little bit more. Let's see if I can get that as straight as I can. I think so. I think that's very close. And what I'm going to do, because I don't want to have it look like it was supposed to be straight, I'm going to not put them straight. That way, if it's crooked, it's all good. So I've got that one there. Then I'm just going to put this one like this. And I'm going to go and use my bone folder just to put this down a bit. There we go. And then if I put this one here, I still have the mirror effect, but it no longer matters if it is not straight or anything like that. That's like when I was dancing, my dance instructor always had us be kind of in crooked lines on purpose, because that way it didn't look like we were out of sync, because nobody knew where we were supposed to be anyway. And what did I get on here? Glue. Of course I got glue on it. Are we surprised? Not me. There we go. Okay, now I can decorate. Yay! So, for on the mirror wall, I have a bar. I made a bar. So I just need to cut out the center here. I always need to get like some kind of a start so that you're not making a strange design on your insides of something. There we go. Now I'm good. I have lots of things that I can use for decorations, but the bar comes first because it's going to take the most room. Come on, you can do it. There we go. That's pretty cool. So then she can go right here with a bar. Let's ink around this. I don't want to make it too dark, so I'm just going around, kind of just laying my dauber on the edge and just sliding it across so that you get the dark edge, but you're not getting any of the ink on the edges, which is normally I don't mind, but for this, in this case, I do. And it's kind of a quicker way of inking too. Again, you can do this with a Sharpie or a marker or whatever. There we go. So that was a lot of prep work to get the background on the page done properly. How crazy is that? But I'm just that picky on my backgrounds. When I start actually making spreads like this, I am so picky on my background. I think I got it. Oh, there we go. That's better. Glue. How much glue do you think we go through in a year? Crazy, crazy amounts. I wasn't ready for this yet. I have something else that I want to do. Shoot. Well, I'll put this down and I'll just protect it. Shoot. I wanted to do something different. Oh well. I'll just put this right here, all the way to the, as close to the bottom as I can. Glue all over it again. Ugh. Messy, messy, messy. Okay. There we go. I have, where did I put them? I wanted to put some stencils on here because I have these beautiful stencils. So I'm going to put that all over, like put the 3 right there. And I can probably come down a little bit. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do the stenciling. Because I'm going to have to use archival ink. That's kind of where it's why I'm like, well, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to have to use archival ink. So let's see if one of these will work. So I'm just using a piece of foam. Let's try that. Because I kind of just want like that hint of the stencil. And I think when I go over this, it is just going to give that little bit of dark. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, it did. I don't know if you can see it though, but it did work. I think you can. It's really faint. The other thing I can do is just take a Sharpie and let's see if I can line it up properly again. I think so. Yep. That Sharpie is too thick. I need something a little thinner. This one? Nope. Come on. Why does this have to be so complicated? There we go. because you're making it so complicated. It's not that it has to be complicated. I am just making it complicated. So all I'm doing is just giving it a bit of an outline here. I don't know if you knew that you could do this with stencils. You don't always just have to stencil with them. You can outline with them as well. But you need, because I'm working with the aluminum tape, I have to make sure that it is permanent marker. It can't be water-based, it won't hold. So, and the microns are also permanent. One more. I just have to hold it down really well because it keeps popping up on me. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, it's visible. It is still pretty faint, but I do like how that looks. It just gives that little bit of extra. The other thing I have is I have the toe shoes, the points. And these I want to put right here. Let's see if we can get you a little bit more. Okay, so I want to put these right here. So again, I need my scissors right here. My scissors, cut the insides out. And I don't know why I didn't do that last night. I should have. It would have made life much easier right now, but I didn't, so I can't bitch about it. Can't complain. Nobody else did it for me. I didn't do it myself. Yep. Oh, why did that freeze? Am I frozen, you guys? Or is that just me being frozen here? That was just me. I hit the pause button. And then I think I just have this piece and then that one little piece at the top. Okay. So this is my most hated part of fussy cutting, is the little pieces in the inside. Most of the time I leave it alone. I just go, well, it is what it is, and I don't care. In this case, I want this to really look like it is on top of this, so that's why I have to cut it out. I have no choice. So these pieces are just from my collection. I've had these sitting around for a long time. Created them, just left them there. And then I was like, oh, I need something for decorations. So then that's when I pulled all these bits and pieces out. And I love these because they have that grungy look. Because ballet isn't always pretty. You know, it is sore feet and blisters and blood and all of that. So I didn't want to go with the pretty end of everything. And toe shoes get really yucky and dirty. So I want these right there. And I have this card. I think I want to go like that. I do. Or do I want to go? I think I may want to use this one. This one has been in my stash. This used to hang on my wall in my bedroom when I was a kid. I am not lying. That's exactly what I had. I had all these images hanging off my wall. They were from a calendar, and I thought they were just so beautiful. And they are ballet pieces, so I don't know if I like that one, but I know I like this one. Okay. First, I want this rougher. That hurts. This is like I've kept this for so long, and then I'm ripping it. But it is going to get a purpose right now. It was just sitting in an old diary that I've had forever. And it doesn't even want to rip nicely. There we go. That works. Now, ink. And this ink actually like blends in really nicely with the edges. I want like that. Yeah, kind of a mix of grunge and pretty and so that's going to go right there. Glue. I don't want to cover up too much because I spend all this time building up that wall. I don't want to cover it all the way up, but I do want to put some things on there. Right there. These can go right there. And I'm trying to keep it all as flat as I can. I will go 3D here and there, but right now I'm trying to just go a little bit flatter. And that's also why I'm starting on pretty much the center of the album as opposed to on the sides. If I work from the center out uh, to the front and the back, then kind of keeping it even because it is such an old album. I don't even know. It might be 100 years old. It might be an actual antique album. Right here, I don't like how this looks. I'm just kind of messing it up. Whatever. I just did that all by myself. You're welcome. I'm covered in ink too. So there we go. Do I still want to put this one here? I don't know. Not there yet. I do want some of this. But again, it might be just a little bit too pretty. I don't know. This one is going to go on this page. Throw some stuff away into the garbage can. Okay. Maybe I can just put this at the bottom. And she can be on there so that it doesn't look like she is floating into space. She's just floating on a fluffy pink cloud. What else do I have? I have some pieces of this. I have some lace. I have all kinds of stuff around me here. I have some really cool lace right here. What if I put a piece of this right here? Do I want to go to the inside or the outside? Well, let's just cut it off first and then make a decision. I'm trying to cut it, but it was sewn on a circle. So every time I go and I try to cut a piece, it just it follows the circle. I think I got it now. For the most part. So this here, I want this over top, like that. And then I have this lace. This is an icky piece of lace. I don't even know where this lace comes from. I don't know if I remember seeing this before. I must have, because it was right here beside me, so I must have used it before, but I don't know where it comes from. If I go like this, would that be pretty? It would. But you know what? I think it would be prettier if I went and I put it upside down and put it right there. So in that case, it's going to go right here. And that's okay. I don't mind if I cover up the ballerinas here a little bit. If I put this here, with that on top of that, and then that. That looks super pretty. So that's going there. And then I have another strip of this lace. And to balance that out, balance everything out, I can put this this side right here. And maybe I have some music paper or something. No, that would be way too much to ask. What else do I have around me that I could use? Can I put this with this in the center? Or are we now talking way too much frill again? Oh, yeah. No, that's not happening. This is the other part that is in here. And I thought I might want it bigger, but I don't think I do. I think I want one of the ones, one of the double ones. And I'm just going to rip it. To keep that ripped effect. Why doesn't it rip easy? Because I printed it on photo paper, so it doesn't rip all that easy. Okay, but if I go like that, and then this right here, this can go a little lower. This can go over top of this, like that. Bring it down. And she goes right there. I keep the visual of the wall. She goes right there with all of that. Then I have my ballet shoes. And I think I want to put those right there in the corner. I think I'm onto something now. Trying to think if I have anything else. That I can put there. No, that's too pink. That's the problem. I do like everything that I have around me, but it's all way too pink and too pretty and too But I have this, and that would be really cool. Like a strip right here behind the wall. So I'm just going to take a little strip. And let's fray it. I have this too, and this frays even better. But I'm not sure if the colors are right. Maybe this side. Kind of looks like dirty stockings. Yeah, this frays better. Yeah. So this is like a linen type of fabric that I dyed. And I just want all the strings and all the grunge hanging off of it. Okay, you go to the side again. You need to be inked. So this is the background from the Ballerina Dreams girl, and I do like how that looks. Glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here on the edge, and then I'll just pick up the fabric with that. So that the fabric is really just behind it, but not just behind it. And I try and print like anything that I am working with on camera. I print on photo paper. That way, if I'm deciding that I want to use mixed media or I'm using water or anything like that, I can do that. If I'm using regular paper, then I kind of make a mess. Sometimes I get caught and I'm still making a mess, but for the most part, I try and work with photo paper. Right there. And this goes right here. But do I want to put this on here as well? I am now just layering and layering and layering because I want to get to a point where I'm like, yep, that's perfect. And I think this is exactly that point. This, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I've just got a strip of the fabric and then that piece of lace over top of that. And then when I stick her like right there, she doesn't look like she is floating anywhere, and it just kind of makes sense. I wouldn't mind putting some tulle over top here as well, but I don't know if I have any tulle in my little jar here. I have everything else probably, but not that. I have tulle, but it's already used. What do you keep in your jars? Oh, well, just a bit of everything, because these are the ones where I have pieces of fabric left over. I just stuff it in there. I also stuff my playing cards in there. Let's see. Why do I have paint in here? I even have a ticket in there. No, not finding it. Well, that's too bad. Oh, well, look what I find beside me. So, yeah, I can do something with that. But let's just get this background done first. So I'm going to put a strip of glue right here, just right along the bottom. And I'll lay this fabric right in there, like that. And then I am taking that piece of lace or crochet lace or crochet tatting or whatever you want to call it. I like to call it crochet lace. It is very, very vintage. I know where it came from, so I know that it's vintage. Right there. And then I can put her right there, or over a little bit. Well, am I brave enough to stick her down? I think so. I don't think I'm going to do anything else with her, so she can get stuck down. Still think it's too funny that I managed to print 2 of these off at different sizes. So that's her right there. Like that. And then let's just finish this first, and then I'll finish the rest. If I have time, I will put the tulle on there. But if I don't have time, I don't want to get caught not having my page finished. So I'm going to put some glue right here on the top. So I can lay this lace right in there. There we go. Then I have the piece of paper with handwriting. I'm just using stuff that I had laying on my desk, so that's why they're kind of odds and ends, but it all seems to work. Okay. There. And then I'm just going to grab a bead of glue from one end all the way across. And I'm going to stick this right in there. Just like that. Then I'm going to take these. I have no pockets, nothing on here. I just wanted to make a pretty spread. That's all I wanted to do. I may turn some things into pockets. I may add some paper clips here and there. I'll probably I'll probably play with it more to add some things and envelopes and stuff. But right now, this is where I am going to kind of finish it for today with the tulle on the skirt. I do think it is super pretty. And it's kind of, okay, how can you use these paper dolls into a junk journal, right? Well, you get to build them all the way. You get to decide what outfits you want them to wear, what you want them to look like. like I am looking at them. They don't even look the same. They are the identical dolls. It is the identical file. And even I don't know if they look the same. That's so weird. Maybe I wanted to put a little fabric in there too. So I'm just going to lift this back up, and I think I want to put this. It's way too much. Just like that. That's a little bit of roughage on it now. This one is going to go right there-ish, something like that. And do I want to put... No. No. I wouldn't, well, she's got the lace at the top. She's got that there. I don't think I want to do anything else there. I am going to stick her down just like that. It's a lot of think work, the stuff that you talk yourself through, right? Every time you're working on a spread or a project or whatever you're doing, you're kind of talking yourself through it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just talking myself through where I want this to sit, how I want it to look, the whole bit. And you're welcome, very welcome to join in. Oh, I really like that. Okay, let's see what I can do with this. I know I'm going to need something a little bit less long. I need it about right there. It's really hard to see where you're cutting. I don't know if you've ever cut tulle. It is not the easiest. The easiest way to cut tulle is to kind of take it like this. Make sure that you've got the bottom somewhat straight. There. And you just cut it like that. And then I'm going to take my 3-in-1 glue. That is not supposed to be there. Taking my 3-in-1 glue. And I'm just going right along the inset of the tutu here. Right along that line. Like that. And then I'm going to take it like this and kind of stick it right on there and hold it down and hope that it's going to stay and that I don't have it too round. So I just have to let this glue down. May need a little bit more. And I need something that is going to hold it without getting stuck like my fingers are. There we go. That is silicone, so it won't stick to the glue. I don't think it is working properly. I think I may have to put a little bit of glue. Oh, I know how I can do this. I know how I can do it. I can tuck this right under the hand. So if I put a little bit of glue right on the edge of the skirt, like that. And then right here as well. And I will stick that down under the hand as well. Because if I don't do that, the tool will keep wanting to pop up, which is okay because once there's been a lot of push onto here, it will sit different. Like once you've closed the journal up or the book up. There we go. I like it. I do. Now, if I had a little piece of ribbon, and I have lots of stuff around me, but not that. I think that would look really pretty, like right there on the waist. This one's kind of meh, it is what it is. But I really like this with the tulle layer on it now. This goes the little thing. This goes right there. Where are we at for time? That's actually not bad. That's a lot of stuff that I did. And I am impressed with how fast that went, actually. Just sticking some pieces down. So what I was thinking is, like, you know, to turn this into somewhat of a, it's not totally stuck down here. That's okay. It will go down once the pages go on there. So I can attach this in here as with tape, so that it's kind of like a flip out, and then I can build onto that. So I can like build with an envelope. I can turn that into pockets so that now it becomes more of a build out page. And I think I want to do that. I still think I want to add this piece in. I don't know if I want to use the aluminum tape though. I think that might be too much. I think I want some paper tape that I have been playing with this week. It was on my desk. Do you think I know where it is now? Nope. Somewhere here on my desk. Nope. Oh, come on. Well, can I attach it with fabric? Can I put this on here and then turn it? Why can't I? Just cause I can't find my paper tape doesn't mean I can't use a piece of fabric to stick this down. I don't think I need this much though. Oops. I can just go like that. A glue bubble there. There we go. And then I'm just going to lay this right here. And then I can just go there. And then I can stick the fabric, stick this right there. Huh. Well, look at that. How nifty is that? Now I'm like, what else can I do? If I can do that, what else can I do? But for example, like I can, so this is right here. I can attach an envelope right on here. Do I have one handy? That doesn't have anything in it. I have one of these. That's not an envelope. That's not an envelope. Come on, envelope, please. Right here. So I can take an envelope and I can attach that here and then kind of flip it over like so, and the colors match. I can go up a little bit. It is being held down by the lace. This is just, this will work with everything, but it is stuck down now. I can stick this right here, or I can even just stick it right over. You know what I can do? I'll stick it right here. I've just damaged all of that. Of course I have. Can I stick this back on there? Yeah, why not? I'm just thinking of different ways that I can make this look better, and now I'm making a huge mess of it by ripping bits and pieces off of what I already had there. There we go. Okay. So if I stick this right on here, and then you can go like that. You flop it back, you go like that. It'll be a little tuck right here. These can go right here, like that. I think that's even smarter. Okay, so all I need to do is put a little glue right here. Right along the top here. that, and right along there. Then I'm just lining this all up, sticking it on there, and that glue did not line up with the top of that envelope. There we go. I can put this right here. There's a pocket here, pocket here, pocket here. And then I can stick these just like that right on there. Like that. Now I can put some tulle on there, but that might be a little bit much. I kind of like it. I don't know what you guys think. I do think I want to put a little bit of this lace on there so that it now matches everything together. So, right along there, right along that edge. And this is the good side, I think. There. Now that all matches. And I can take one of these. Where did the other ones go? Multiple. Where did they all go? I don't know. Oh, right here. So I can just make an outline of this one, like a silhouette. Right there. So then, that actually looks really cool. Look, they're this tutu and this look very similar, and then that pose also looks very similar. So kind of neat. I want to put another one right there. A silhouette. Just a little, just the littlest hint of the ballerina right there. Okay, where are we at for time? I think we've reached that part. So what have I done in 3 hours? In 3 hours, I built the wall with all the strips of the painted paper that actually turned out really cool. And you can't even see as much of it anymore as what I really wanted, but I do really like it. I'm going to make some more of this paper because it is fantastic. And I think I need to add more glue and less water to the paint. Then I built the mirror panels out of the aluminum tape and index cards. And I built the Ballerina Dreams. I built 2 of them. I added all the lace, I did all of that, and I think it is a really pretty page. And I may add some more here and there, but right now I don't know where or why or how or when. I do like this part with the flip up and the envelope. I think that is like a sneaky way of getting some extra space in there. I have this card, and so yeah, at some point I may put something like that right here. If I rip this and I put that right here, you can still see everything, but it does match everything else, and then I can decorate it. For example, by taking this tutu and just putting the tutu on there, or a couple of the tutus on there. Where's the other ones? Right? Like I have all the little bits and pieces. I have the extra shoes. There should be another set. That one. There should be one more. I may have to cut that separate. So I can actually like make like a little collage with little tutus, with all the leftover tutus, because I'm giving you a lot of options here. There is, you know, you have the black swan, the white swan, Cinderella. I'm pretty sure that's Cinderella. It's either this one Cinderella or that one Cinderella. So then we got Giselle right here, and then just a practice outfit right here that you can build up yourself. And then there is, of course, this one that matches perfectly to that one, but I printed that one too small. Then we have all the different shoes. Oh, I do have all of them. Here we go. And there's another pair of toe shoes as well. I don't know. I have reached the end. This is all part of the Ballerina Dreams Paper Dolls by Mary Lou. It is available in my Ko-fi and my Etsy shop. The link is in the description to my shop, so you can find everything there. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is kind of the format that I wanted to move towards, instead of doing pockets and belly bands and all of that. I kind of want to do some more like, this is how I design a page, and this is how I think that this looks pretty, and this is why I think this goes here, and stuff like that. So I think that is something that I just want to do for a little while. I need to do it for my own idea that I'm actually doing something that I am enjoying. And so, yeah, you'll see some more paper dolls show up. You'll see some more page spreads pop up. And like I said in the beginning, if you have any themes of paper dolls that you would like to see, let me know. I am definitely open to that. I, it is. I try to make what interests me, and that's definitely where I'm still going. But I am very open to other ideas. I know that we discussed this last week already a little bit with what we thought would be cool. For example, the hockey theme, and I kind of hinted that I have something really special coming up for the month of July. Um, but yeah, like there's different things that I want to do, that I want to show you, that I want to play with, and I hope you're enjoying it. That's all I can say. For today, it is almost 10 o'clock, so I am going to call it a night. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow morning is, of course, Paper Doll Saturday. I think your guys are going to love what I have created for this week. Um, and of course, we'll continue on with the gardening doll. So, thank you very much for watching tonight. Thanks for joining me. Sherry and um, Nancy, have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much for joining me. Sherry, I hope you feel better. Nancy, I hope you enjoy the rest of your birthday. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your evening and a great weekend. Bye.